What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color, where we talk about all kinds of physical releases, specifically boutique Blu-ray releases here on the channel. I've got another showcase of one of my new favorite boutique labels to talk about today. I have been talking with them offline, and I'm happy to announce that we have formed a partnership, and they're gonna send me some titles to show you guys, and they've sent me a wonderful care package here today that I can't wait to open up and show you guys. Not gonna waste any more time. Here it is, fragile right there on the front, and this is packaged beautifully. This is from Flicker Alley. I just made a video about their stuff recently. They put out all kinds of films from all over the world, international films, a lot of early classic cinema, silent cinema, early sound cinema, film noir, like a lot of different kinds of stuff. I've got a smattering of releases that I'm gonna go through here. The first one right here on top of the stack is their newest release, Champagne and Caviar. This is such an interesting release. 4 Weimar comedies from 1931 to 1932. So we've got 4 films in this set. Just a standard price on this one too. It's only, I think $50 list price, and I don't even need the knife. And I think it's marked down to $45 on their website right now. This is 4 German films, early sound films from 31 and 32. And these are musical comedies. Musical comedies from the late years of the Weimar Republic, showcasing the champagne and caviar days of German cinema, a stark contrast to the dawn of one of history's darkest periods. So I am not all that familiar with German cinema. Most of the stuff I've seen is from the early German expressionist period, a lot of silent stuff like Metropolis and Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and a lot of that early genre sci-fi horror stuff. I have not seen much from this period. This is a little bit later. People are understandably in need of some light-hearted films. So it seems like Germany was putting out some lighter, more fun films during this period. We've got 4 musical comedies, slightly risque for the period, starring some big stars that we know who came to America, Peter Lorre and Hedy Lamarr and others. And I'll go through the 4 films that are included on here. Let's see, it looks like they're spread across 2 discs. So we've got disc 1, right there, the blue disc. And then right behind it, we've got disc 2. Right there, I'll go through the films in just a second here. I love what they do with the alternate artwork on here. You've got 2 completely different options for artwork, and even the spine color is different, and a different back as well with all the feature films listed here. We've got The Private Secretary from 1931. We've got The Upright Sinner from 1931. Also The Trunks of Mr. O.F. from 1931, and I by Day, You by Night from 1932. So 4 films, mostly from 1931. We have one from 1932 in there as well. I'm interested to watch these films through the lens of one of my favorite directors, Ernst Lubitsch. He came from this period, and he came to America and eventually started making American films. I mostly know him from his American films. I have not seen any of his early silent stuff, but he was known for this kind of stuff. He made these risque sex comedies that were mainly based on stage plays and stuff from the period. It seems very similar to this kind of film. Here is the booklet you get inside, The Last Laugh by Lucas Forrester. So there's an essay in here, and you've also got some images, some early posters of the films, some screenshots, behind the scenes photos. There's Peter Lorre and Hedy Lamarr from the film that they're in, The Trunks of Mr. O.F. And you've just got tons of other images in here, more marketing material stuff from the day. I love seeing this. Seeing how they advertise these films back in the day is always really interesting to me. I love the classic film posters. Very nice, thicker booklet in there from Flicker Alley. They do such a good job of putting out these very comprehensive releases of, like I said, older classic films that the other boutique labels aren't really focusing on. There are also some supplements on here. We've actually got 4 audio commentaries, one for each of the 4 films by different film critics and film historians, which I'm sure I'm gonna wanna watch too, so I can learn more about these, because this is, like I said, pretty much a blind spot for me. I don't know if I've seen any films from this very specific period in this country. German films, if you're interested in that, if it sounds interesting to you, check it out on the website. Links to all of these in the description, as always. The second film on the list, we're gonna go from Germany over to the US, classic Hollywood silent film from 1922, Foolish Wives. This is directed by Erich von Stroheim, who is probably more well known as an actor. He was in a ton of Hollywood films, but he also directed a few films, probably most notably Greed from 1924, but I know him from The Merry Widow from 1925, which I got to see in the theater a couple years back, which was wonderful. I love seeing silent movies in the theater. This was advertised at the time as the first real $1 million picture. You can see it says right there. This is directed and stars Erich von Stroheim. He plays a con artist who masquerades as Russian nobility and attempts to seduce the wife of an American diplomat. And this is a 2-disc set. We've got a Blu-ray and a DVD in there. This is from a new 4K restoration of the film. And a lot of these restorations that Flicker Alley is doing are very difficult restorations. A lot of these were lost, or parts of them are lost, and they have to pull from different prints. Sometimes 16mm is all they have. They don't have a full 35mm, which was the case with one of the films in this. I didn't mention that earlier. But I'm very thankful that they're doing the work and putting out these movies, and it seems like it's a lot of work, and I really want to support them. So if these sound interesting to you at all, please go check out these films, because they're doing a lot of work to get these things out. I love film history, especially like the lost films is such a fascinating topic for me. Look at this. There he is, right there. There's Stroheim. This is when they were doing tinting in the silent era. So you got some blue scenes, you got some yellow scenes, depending on the mood of the scene. What is that? This is like a letter that was written during the time. That's really cool. That's been scanned in and put into the booklet. We've got all kinds of stuff in there. There's an original script page. I get giddy at this kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm a film nerd, I guess, because I find this stuff fascinating. Hopefully you guys do too. And there is the original poster right there with the German title, which is interesting. Inside, of course, you've got alternate artwork again. I guess I should show you guys what that looks like. You can choose which side you want to show. There's a more classic looking poster with a different background and a different spine as well. Like I said, 2 discs, a Blu-ray and a DVD. This is going to be packed with special features as well. Bonus materials include right there on the back. We've got the filming of Foolish Wives, an excerpt from Path's popular screen snapshot series featuring rare behind-the-scenes and on-set footage. We've got The Waves and the Merry-Go-Round on location with Erich von Stroheim, a documentary about historical and thematic importance of the locations in his films. We've got another in-depth documentary on the making of Foolish Wives, and we've got Restoring Foolish Wives, a detailed look into the research, reconstruction, and restoration of the film, which is what I was just talking about. A lot of work went into that. We've also got a side-by-side examination of the elements consulted and used in the film's restoration. This one specifically had to be compiled from different versions of the film. There was a lot of lost elements. It says they reconstructed the original continuity by combing the surviving original film elements, meticulous image restoration and recreation of the original stunning color effects to offer audiences the closest look possible at the original version of the film. They also commissioned a brand new orchestral score for the film. So again, just a very comprehensive, definitive version of Erich von Stroheim's film Foolish Wives. The next one in the box I am excited to dive into because this is my first release with the new packaging that they've been doing. You can see Flicker Alley uses the same Scanavo cases that a lot of the boutique labels are using these days. Criterion, Indicator, Radiance, a lot of the boutique labels are using these very nice premium boutique cases. I love what those look like on the shelf. It goes perfect with your Criterion releases, but now Flicker Alley is getting into the slipcover game, and I have never had one of these, so I'm excited to look at this. They're doing really nice, high-quality slipcovers. Feels just like a Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. There it is, right there. You've got, this is a 2-film set. I'll talk about it in a minute, but you've got both film posters on each side. Nice, sturdy slipcover like you would get from Vinegar Syndrome. Very nice printing on there with some spot gloss on the text. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Also the bubbles coming up. It looks great. This is a double feature of 2 silent films from 1919 and 1920, both directed by Irvin Willett and both starring Hobart Bosworth, and both about submarines and underwater, which seems very ambitious for this time period. So I'm very interested to see how that looks just from the screenshots on the website. I'm very intrigued to see what they were able to pull off. The first one is a revenge movie about a man whose wife was kidnapped during a submarine attack when Germany and America were at war. And the second one is about a deep sea diver who is approached by like a ring of con artists who wants him to join their scheme of stealing gold from sunken ships. So very different premises, but both taking place underwater. You've got the disc right there with both films on the same disc. Of course, you get a booklet with some writing and some posters on the back right there, and a slew of special features, including a Russian version, not a Russian version, a Russian version of Behind the Door, which was released in Russia after the original distribution of the film. You've got an original production outtakes from Behind the Door. You've got Restoring Irvin Willett's Behind the Door, and you've also got Remembering Irvin Willett, directed by Patrick Stanbury, an in-depth interview with renowned historian and honorary Academy Award winner Kevin Brownlow on the career of Irvin Willett, slideshow galleries, and I'll go ahead and show you that beautiful slipcover one more time. There is Behind the Door, the romance war revenge film, and then on the other side we've got Below the Surface, a little bit of a con man crime film, another drama film from 1920. So we've got Behind the Door and Below the Surface. I don't know if this is a good way to teach your kids the list of prepositions, but maybe, I don't know, maybe those are okay to show to kids. Probably not, given the subject matter. The next one is The Silent Enemy from 1930 with sound and language. This is not a silent film. We've talked about a lot of silent films. They have a lot of different things on the website, by the way. These are just the ones I chose. He actually asked me if there was any titles I was interested in, and these are the ones I gravitated towards, so that's why they're all very similar. You guys probably have a little bit of idea of my taste by now, but there's a bunch of other stuff on there as well. If you're interested, you want to check out what they have. This is another gorgeous slipcover. I love the artwork on there. A Paramount picture. This is a survival film, a Native American survival film filmed up in northern Canada with actual Native Americans as the cast. It says it was based on detailed accounts of French missionaries. A hybrid of fictional melodrama and ethnographic film techniques was made in collaboration with Native American actors with the goal of depicting the authentic ways of life of the Ojibwe indigenous tribes before the arrival of European settlers. In the prologue to the film by Chief Chauncey Yellowrobe, a noted and respectable Sioux asks audiences to view the performances in the film not as actors, but as people revisiting or reenacting their heritage and tradition. So it is an attempt to honor the Ojibwe tribe and the Ojibwe people, but it is of course going to be a product of its time. It's made in 1930, so go in with an open mind on this one. I am fascinated by these kind of pseudo-documentarian survival pictures that were kind of big during this period, right off the silent era. And the imagery, this looks like a silent film. Look at the imagery on the website. I'll show some on the screen. Like, look at this. You've got snow, you've got actual rivers and boats. You're doing all kinds of ambitious stuff. You've got these dogs traveling down what looks like a mountain in the snow. You've got some special effects with this wolf right here. There's a ton of interesting visuals that I can't wait to dive into with this film. I'm excited to check it out. Like I said, it's from 1930. This is, if I can get it out, there it is. So there is the front of that one, The Silent Enemy. The disc inside, the booklet as always. I'm sure you've got an essay in here with some writings on the film and some original. Oh, this is a fold out. Okay, so we've got a fold out here, much like Criterion does on a lot of their releases. And the special features on the back are a choice of two different musical scores, an original orchestral score composed by Siegfried Friedrich and new orchestral score compiled and performed by the Mont Alto Motion Picture Orchestra. So you got full orchestral scores, and you've got an image gallery and an audio interview, an edited series of vintage interviews with film's producer Douglas Burden, conducted by celebrated author and film historian Kevin Brownlow. So just a few special features on that one, and of course the new slipcover that goes over the top. I've already showed you the front. There's the spine, and there is the back. The Silent Enemy, all talking feature picture, which required 1 year to film. Crazy, absolutely unique, interesting film. had not even heard of it before Flicker Alley brought it to my attention. Very thankful for the work that they're doing with such forgotten films. And then they put a little surprise in the bottom of my box here that I'm so excited about. They put a slipcover in the bottom here. This is for one of my favorite silent films from 1924. Actually, I have a DVD copy of it right here from Warner Archive. It's called He Who Gets Slapped, starring Lon Chaney as this tragic, tortured clown whose main attraction is literally just getting slapped in the face over and over by audience members to the uproarious laughter of the crowd. It's one of the saddest films I think I've ever seen. He is actually, unbeknownst to the crowd, a famous scientist who has his research stolen. He's at his lowest point, but he's been working behind the scenes to kind of manufacture his revenge. It's a little bit of a revenge movie. It's directed by Victor Herstrom, who is a Swedish director who has directed my favorite silent film, The Phantom Carriage, which is in the Criterion Collection. If you've seen this film, it's the same director. A little bit later, this is 21. He made this in 24. I just have the slipcover for this because it's not available yet. I think that's why they just sent me the slipcovers, because it's only available for pre-order. I gotta get my hands on this though. I'm so excited that it's finally getting a Blu-ray release after all these years. This is one of the most beautiful slipcovers I've ever seen. You've got spot gloss on the text, on his red face paint. You've also got another poster here on the back with a different style. Such a good film. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch this again in nice high quality. It's been restored. It's also got tons of supplements on here, an audio commentary by a makeup artist and Lon Chaney expert Michael Blake. It's got He Who Gets Smacked from 1925, which is a comedic short, a hapless department store worker who accidentally volunteers for a professional boxing match, so a little bit of a parody there. We've got Coco at the Circus from 1926 on here, which is an animated short from Max Fleischer's Out of the Inkwell series. I'm familiar with that series. I don't know if I've seen the circus one or not. We've got Leo, the Truth and the Lion, 2025 original featurette that explores the early days of MGM's beloved Leo the Lion, the actual lion. We've got image galleries, and then of course we've got a booklet in there as well. I don't have that to show you because all I have right now is the slipcover, but I cannot wait for that to be released. It comes out September 9th, so that's just a little sneak preview of what's to come. And in the bottom of the box, they also sent me a little enamel pin with the Flicker Alley logo on there, which is really cool. Thank you so much, Flicker Alley. I absolutely loved opening this box. I hope you guys enjoyed going through that with me as well. I'm gonna keep an eye out for any future releases coming out from them because they are killing it over there. If you're a fan of film history or film preservation, I'm sure it'll be right up your alley. I'm going to continue to talk about them and cover their releases on the channel in the future, so stay tuned for more physical media coverage, specifically boutique physical media coverage, which is what we like to talk about on this channel. I'll see you again in another video real soon, but until then, keep collecting.